And welcome back. These cold, brisk winter days mean that our windows will likely be closed shut for several months ahead.
Yeah.
So it's a good time to think about the quality of the air that we are breathing inside.
Yeah, joining us now is Chuck Wersinski. He is from Lifetime Home Services with ways to improve the air quality in our homes. We're already like grilling them here because they're so exciting, which they don't look like it here on the table, but these things are a really big deal in your home. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks a lot for having me.
Yeah, this is the time of year when I think the air, we're getting clogged up. We got all the air, permeating what we're breathing. What's kind of unsafe about some indoor airs or things that we need to think about?
So one of the things that I think about a lot, especially when now's the time of year when you're cozying up in your next to your fire.
Yeah.
You're cooking, baking cookies, you're making dinners, you're having people over who are using a ton of hot water possibly. And then you can't overlook the fact that your furnace is working overtime.
Yes.
All of those have the possibility of producing carbon monoxide. Mm-hmm. So making sure that all of those appliances are operating properly is pretty essential to the safety of the air in your home.
Yeah, I think we forget about the quality of the air that we breathe inside, but it's very important to our overall health. Why do you think it's so important? Because you mentioned furnace, and this is a time that I think people start to think about it because it's on.
Absolutely.
It needs to be checked regularly.
It should be checked almost annually. That all manufacturers suggest that they get checked over annually. And that ensures that one, it's operating safely, two, it's operating efficiently. You can avoid any breakdowns which never happen when you really want them to.
No,
of course not.
You can't schedule those things,
No.
right? But then also making sure that you're getting the maximum useful life out of that appliance as well, which we estimate to be 15 to 20 years.
Okay.
Okay.
What are some things that you can do to improve the quality of your air in your home? Because I feel like sometimes, you're kind of stuck with what you got then with the furnace or what you're doing in your home.
You can. So the number one thing that we always talk about, making sure you have a quality, clean air filter in your home is probably number one. And even if you have the best filter on the market, there's still things that might slip past.
Yeah.
So, you have things that are going to be moving through your air, viruses, molds, bacteria, and even smells and VOCs. So you might want a secondary line of defense, and that's when some of these things might come into play.
Tell us about what you brought here.
Yeah. So there's a lot
Are
of
they
things.
cyber deals?
Yeah.
We'll get you a deal. We'll get you a deal for sure. Yeah. So what we have here, some common items. Again, there's a ton of different solutions out there. Every home is unique. Everybody's family is a little unique. But what we have here is a germicidal ultraviolet lamp, and this gets mounted inside the ductwork.
That's a lamp.
Yep,
Goes
there's a lamp
your
inside here.
ductwork.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And what does that do? Yeah, keep going.
So that neutralizes viruses, molds, allergens, and VOCs that move past it while it's operating in your ductwork, and the ductwork in your air is being circulated throughout your home.
So you wouldn't even see that if you had it installed?
No, you just see this back part, and this is just how you know it's working, just
Yeah.
this one side of it. And it just mounts kind of, in your ductwork, and as long as it's operating properly, there's a bulb in there that needs to be changed every couple of years, but other than that, it's pretty maintenance free.
And
Awesome.
that one lamp like that would do your whole house?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the other gadget? that you got? I'm sure you don't say gadget.
I don't, but
What's that little widget there?
yeah. What's cool about this thing is it actually makes my son Camden, he makes him pay attention to what I do, because I tell him, hey, I got to work with a cold plasma ionizer today.
That sounds fancy.
It does, doesn't it?
Okay, what does it do?
And that works in a similar fashion. It actually is trying to solve similar problems, but it does it in a little bit of a different way, and it ionizes the air that moves past it, again, using the ductwork in your home. It attaches itself and charges those particles, which then they fall out of the air, or can get trapped by your filter. So it's pretty cool stuff.
That is
What
cool.
does something like those cost to buy the
Product?
device, the product, and have it installed?
Well, we always recommend that these things get installed by a licensed professional, and they can run anywhere from $500 to a couple $1,000s installed.
That's not that much.
To purify
too
your
bad.
air for
Exactly.
a couple years?
If it saves you a little bit of money on an extra doctor visit, it's well worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got to address what we teased earlier, because what about if you have a cold spot in your home that just won't warm up. We were feeling like right in our in my mom's kitchen over Thanksgiving. We were like, why is it so cold right here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually really, really common. And there are limitations because it does kind of revolve around the design of the ductwork that's inside your walls typically.
Oh.
But there's some really cool technology and something that we've started doing, and that's actually sealing the inside of your ductwork. So any air leakage that is possibly happening throughout your ductwork, it seals all those little spots where it's possibly getting out,
Yeah.
and it gets all that air where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, so it really funnels it correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's
that's
really
so
cool
cool.
technology.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
is neat.
also something that you do along with the air quality of
Yep.
indoors.
End to end, yes.
That
Fun
is
stuff.
awesome. It's a great time to be thinking about a tune-up and to schedule
Yeah,
it.
now that we're tightened up in our
Yeah,
homes.
and you do that as well.
We do, yeah. We have a lifetime comfort plan, which gets you a furnace tune-up and an air conditioner tune-up. Also gets you a little bit of money off on some of these other devices that we've been talking about and some of those other services.
Awesome.
Love it.
Good to see you,
That's
Chuck.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Right now, you can contact Chuck at Lifetime Home Services to get their annual Lifetime Comfort Plan. That's just $198 a year. That's where you get the tune-up for your furnace and your air conditioner, plus 10% off repairs and additional services, and 5% off new equipment as well. To sign up, you can call them at 262-955-5701. And don't forget to mention the Morning Blend, because they're going to give you a free furnace filter at the time of your furnace tune-up. Some restrictions do apply, so you got to mention the Morning Blend.